Hi, Chris. 5 practices in the spring. Um, just, what are your impressions of the guys? Obviously, you were familiar with a lot of them already, but just what are your thoughts about this defense?
I think we're working extremely hard. I really do think that. I think guys are playing fast, running to the football. I think the coach is being created. We're doing things the right way. Obviously, there are mistakes. We correct those each and every day. But I think the guys are really trying and buying in. And I think we've gotten better each and every day.
How much do you feel like the defense is going to change? I mean, Tulane's done a lot of odd man fronts. Are you still planning on? It's still planning on the same base defense as when you left 2 years ago, or what are you looking at?
You know, I've been a bunch of different places. I was here. I was at McNeese State. I was at Duke. So I think we'll be multiple on defense. That's the plan. It's supposed to be able to do a bunch of different things and do them well and have a lot of same edge principles. So I think we'll do more than we did in the past.
Um, Last year, defense played well for the most part. Third and long, fourth and long, just gave us a ton of chunk plays in big situations. It wasn't just one or two. Just have you identified what the problem was, and how do you fix that?
Yeah, I think we've talked about that a ton as a defensive staff and as a defensive unit. I think the first thing is just making the kids aware of the deficiencies that we had last season, and then we know that it's a huge emphasis this spring. It's us getting better and getting off the field on third down. That's one of our goals each and every time, and especially third and long. You should win at a high percentage, and we didn't last year, so we were way off our mark. So we've got goals that we want to hold offenses under 33% conversion on third down. And so the kids are aware of that. So we chart that each and every day in practice, whether we reach our goal or not. And you know, sometimes we have, sometimes we haven't. That's a huge emphasis this spring.
Um, Losing Cam Sample and Patrick Johnson's a big deal. There's a lot of young talent on the team. Did you feel like you got the pieces in place to compensate for losing?
Yeah, I mean Cam and Pat were tremendous players. We all know that. You know, we're going to miss them dearly, obviously. But you know, a part of our program has been recruit, retain, develop. You know, those guys were developed and became better and better each and every year, and that's what we expect out of the younger players in the program. It's just to continue to get better and better and better. And you know, I think this year we will have a bunch of guys that play. That's kind of the goal. You know, it's not just to play one or two guys, but if you play a bunch of guys, that they stay fresh, and you're able to roll them, and then they play in a kicking game, sort of like we did with the linebackers last year. You know, Dorian, Nick, Marvin, Kevin Henry all played, and they played extremely well. But part of it was they were fresh, and guys stay happy. That's part of what we want to do here, is try to play a bunch of guys on defense.
Looks like you're going to have really pretty good depth at safety this year. I mean, Rakestraw hadn't practiced yet, but when he gets in, you get a guy who was a starter at Colorado, and then you've got Larry Brooks and Cornelius, and Macon Clark can play there too. How much do you like the back end with your
I'm really excited about it. You know, obviously I coach the safeties. I'm really excited about it. Honestly, we do have some depth, and I think that's a position that we'll be able to play multiple guys. We're trying to learn, you know, I challenge the guys to really learn the entire concept and know the whole back end. So if one guy goes down, that the next best guy goes in. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about those guys. You're right. Racestraw is going to help us out a bunch. Dyson's getting better and better. You know, like you said, Macon and Larry, Macon's having an awesome spring right now. So is Larry. I mean, so I think it's going to be a position of strength for us.
looks like Macon's been playing some nickel too for you, or maybe not. What do you see his role?
Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of what we've been doing. We've been rotating guys at different positions each and every day. You know, between strong safety, free safety, nickel, corner, and nickel, and just getting guys to challenge them to learn it all. I think that's what kind of happens. It's just keeping the guy at field corner their entire time. He never knows what happens in the boundary. So we've flipped them daily. We've changed the depth chart daily, and it just makes guys learn, you know, and adjust and adapt on the fly just like it was in a real game. But I mean, Macon's going to have a role on our team. He's one of our better football players, I think. I mean, he's had a heck of a spring so far, and I'm proud of him. He's gotten better and better each and every day.
Cornelius Dyson got a lot of playing time last year. He really never played the position before that he played, and he did pretty well. Just how big of a leap do you feel like he can make now that he's had that year?
Yeah, I expect him to take a big leap, honestly. He had a good year last year. It was solid. You know, he had some ups and some downs. Some plays he should have made. We've watched those. We've watched basically, you know, all of his critical plays with him. So he knows his things that he can improve on. He's a big kid. I mean, he's one of the best looking guys we have on the team. If you just rolled out in the uniform, you say, "Whoa, who's that guy?" He's got a ton of talent. He does. And you're right. He played small, you know, a small high school in Kentwood. He played a bunch of different positions. You know, didn't have a bunch of guys on the team, and now he's just kind of honing his skills at safety. The one thing about him is that he cares. He really does. He works hard. He's a really smart kid, and he cares. You know, and that's part of it. You know, he wants to be great, and so you know, he's getting better and better each and every day.
Johnny Kerr elected to come back for an extra year. How he seems like he can be pretty versatile. Just
Yeah, I agree. He does. He has some versatility. He has some position flexibility. He's a bigger kid. You know, he's mature. He's older. He has a lot of areas that he can improve to as well. He's getting better and better. I'm happy he came back. I really am. I'm excited to coach him. I like him a lot. He's gotten better with practices. You know, we're gonna, you know, we can use him at a bunch of different spots. He can cover. You know, I think he has the ability to be a good tackler, and that's one of the emphasis this spring with him is getting him to improve there, and you know, use his skill set. But he's got really good movements. He's got good knowledge of the game. He really does. So I'm happy that he came back. I think, you know, him coming back, they helped us out. He and Darian Rakestraw, they gave us depth.
Anything else? What position are you working with specifically in the spring?
The safeties.
Yeah. What position you are? I thought you said.
Yep, the safeties.
Make sure. Okay.
Yep.
You guys are okay. How did you already had two defensive back coaches when you came here? How have you guys divvied up the responsibilities?
Yeah, I've got Coach McCleskey and I are both working in the secondary together. We've got Coach Dawson is working with our defensive line. Coach CY is working with our defensive line and our linebackers. He's kind of bouncing between both of them. And Coach Moose is working with the linebackers.
Thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary. All right.